to talk about the Arrow PT50 pneumatic staple gun, and I'm going to actually do a little bit of comparing it to the ET50 red electric staple gun and talk a little bit about it. But this is primarily about the pneumatic model here. We'll go over it and what I use it for coming up. Hi, I'm Roger, welcome to the shop. What I'm going to talk about today is this Arrow pneumatic, better known as pneumatic. That's air powered, for those who don't know the term. Staple gun. We're going to talk about it, go over it, features of it. I do have an electric one here. I've had it for years. It's the ET50 electric, but it means you plug it in. And it works okay, but it doesn't have the power that the pneumatic one does. I need something with more power. Because one of the things we build here, this is called a quilt box for a beehive, is a window screen bottom, and that gets stapled on. And I'll do a little bit of a demonstration of a scrap of screen and a piece of wood here on this pneumatic model and how well it works. Uses common Arrow T50 staples, and I'll go over a few things here about it that people seem to be confused on, because I read some reviews on it that, you know, the staples won't fire, or the, you know, this and that. And well, we'll do a demonstration here and I'll show you how it works. Okay, there's a lot of clutter in here, a lot of dust. Well, I've been in really high production of candy boards. Kind of looks like this. Some are finished, some are not, some are in process. Got scrap sitting around, wire sitting around, everything's sitting around. That and quilt boards. It's that time of year with people with beehives. We get them winterized, and it happens to be something we make and sell, and we sell a lot of them. Okay, getting back to the staple gun here. It comes in a box like this. Doesn't come in a fancy case or anything. And of course you get the staple gun. And you get a little bag of alien wrenches, also known as Allen wrenches, in case you want to take it apart for some reason. And you get a manual, and there's a parts breakdown in here. And it says that it's oil-free. Normally with air tools you would put a drop or two of oil in the air fitting right here, which I will still do because it still has O-rings, and I'm not going to risk them drying out or anything. Oil's not going to hurt anything. Put a drop or two. You don't want to just squirt a bunch in there. It's like with any air tool, whether it be a nail gun or a stapler or something of that sort. You want to put a drop or two of oil in there every time you use it. Keep everything well lubricated. Some features of this, and I'll get zoomed in on here and I'll show you up close how things work and how you load the staples. That seems to be a problem for some people. Well, let me reposition the camera here. Okay, one of the features of this is this exhaust at the top right here. Of course you shouldn't have it pointed towards you anyway when you're using it, but if the exhaust right now is set to go out the front, you can turn this little thing here and it'll send it out the side or out that side. Or if you want to get a little blast of air every time you use it, you can turn it, point it back to yourself, but I wouldn't recommend that. So that part's easy to use. To load the staples, lever right back here, a little button you push. This little carriage will open up. You put your staples in, this track right here, there's a few in there right now, with the staples pointing up. Don't put them in with the points pointing down, or it won't work, and that's something a lot of people have had a problem with. Throw a few in here. Yeah, when you buy these packages of staples, careful not to drop them or bang them or set something heavy on them, or you'll end up with a bunch of little pieces like this. So they go in there just like that, points pointing up. Once you get them loaded, push the back in, you're ready to go. This does have a safety on it. It's right here. You can't pull the trigger and just fire staples. This has to be in like this, which you see moves this little lever, and then you can pull the trigger and it'll fire staple. Or once it's down and you pull the trigger and hold it, then you can do what they call sequential trip, and you can go right down the line and just keep firing staples. I don't generally operate it that way, but you can do that if you wish. So I've got a little scrap of screen here, a scrap of wood, and an air hose. I want to point out one other little thing here quick. This is the fitting that comes on it. This is a fitting I put on it. Yes, they look identical, but they're not. The taper on this here is a little bit different than the taper on the brass. I use Milton fittings, and this leaks a little bit, so I swapped these out. Just a little note, this does fit, but if you use a Milton air chuck fittings, this may leak. Okay, we'll get back here to the demonstration. You hook the air hose up. Get it lined up where you want it. Of course, this is a scrap, but as I said, you've got to push down on the nose, then pull the trigger. And it fires staple just like that. If you want to do what they call sequential trip, you hold the trigger, and you can just go to town on it. Because what I do when I do the quilt boxes, I'm stapling into a very narrow rabbet. I don't do this rapid fire thing, or I'd have staples going all over the place. But for single fire, it also works real well. Just like that. So if you run into some harder wood, you definitely need the pneumatic, because the electric one just won't do it. There's my little thoughts and demonstration of the, I think they call it the PT50 pneumatic staple gun. Take this off, keep things safe. And I've used over 1,000 staples through it already. I mean, it looks pretty new because I've only had it for about a week and a half here. But before I did a video on it, I wanted to really put it through its paces, to try it on some harder woods. And if not necessarily going to fire staple into a knot, but you know, your old hand stapler won't do it either. Knots are pretty hard. But I've tried this on some oak. I've tried on a little bit of walnut, which is also fairly hard. I haven't tried on maple because I don't have any maple around here. But as far as shooting into pine, it works just great. I do use 5/16 staples with what I do here. It'll take anywhere from 1/4 to 9/16. But as you get those long staples, you got to think more about what the thickness of your material is. You can't necessarily drive a 9/16 staple when you're just doing window screen. It'll probably bend over or jam or do something like that. And incidentally, if you do get a jam on this, all you need to do is pop the back open here, take your staples out, and if there's any little pieces of staple in there, take a pair of tweezers, little needle nose pliers, and get them out of there. Reload it, close it back up, you're ready to go. There's also a little window right here on the side. I forgot to point this out earlier. Things to focus in here, hopefully. Right here where my finger is, it lets you know if there's staples or not. If you see that that's empty and it's not firing, it's good, you're out of staples. Also comes a little cap that keep whatever out, maybe spiders or something crawling in there. Most of the time these eventually break off. It's a nice little feature. This is also very lightweight. It's almost half the weight of that electric one. So yes, I like it. Expensive? No. I don't remember what I paid. It was $20, maybe a few dollars more, a few dollars less on Amazon. Free ship because we have Prime, but yeah, it's well worth the investment on that. So that concludes my little demonstration of this Arrow PT50 pneumatic stapler. If you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. Otherwise, I'm Roger in the shop. Rainy day. October, cold. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.